Hey guys, Ralph Havens here. And for those of you that are wondering what we're doing Thursday at 11:30 Pacific time for the vaccine safety awareness movement, the medical freedom movement, for all of us who want to keep informed medical consent and have control over our own body autonomy and not let the state or the pharmaceutical industry be able to say who gets to inject us or our babies with or without our consent. For all of us that are doing that, we're doing something big. I've been spreading the word this Thursday at 11:30 Pacific time, and I'll have it as a video too. And we're going to be sharing it hopefully on Facebook. Facebook is acting a little strange to me right now, but we're going to be using my computer and Jen's computer and streaming it on YouTube, so you can look at it from on our YouTube Live, which is going to be on, or Facebook Live, and I'll also have a recording. So if you want the actual recording, you can message me and I can send it to you. So what are we doing? You know, there's many archetypes, there's many examples of what we're going to be doing on Thursday. And whether you believe in Jesus or you don't, whether you believe there was a man named Jesus or you don't, whether you believe he was the Son of God and came down and then rose from the dead after being crucified, it doesn't really matter for what we're doing. What we're doing has no spiritual or religious beliefs. It's not really, it doesn't have beliefs associated with this. And I'll tell you about it because I want to see if you're interested, because if you are, it's the most powerful thing I've ever found to help manifest what you want in the world, in life. And so many of us are fighting so hard, and the pharmaceutical industry is fighting so hard to get vaccines in every person on the planet. And even though the science isn't there at all. And so we're in this big fight, you know? And whether you believe there was a guy named Buddha or not, or you believe that, yeah, his mom died a week after birth and his dad and his family came from a lot of wealth, and his dad didn't want him to have any suffering because of what he had been through as a little 1 week old baby. He tried to hide him from any kind of pain and suffering, but Buddha started to see that people do suffer and have a lot of pain. And so he went to great depths to figure out what is that, and is there a way to end suffering and pain? And so he stopped himself from experiencing a lot of the pleasures in life to go there. They call it aesthetics, I believe, or something like that in India. And you know, you don't eat certain foods, and you kind of fast a lot, and you spend your whole time meditating. And at some point, he really got to a point where he figured it out, and he started eating again. And it really pissed off the people that were trying to be spiritual and trying to really not let themselves experience joy, so that they could then have this inner peace and that end all the suffering like that. And then there's Lao Tzu, and Bruce Lee later, you know, who said, the obstacle is the way, and no way as way, do nothing and leave nothing undone. And the Bible says, be still and know that I am God. So there's all these traditions that point to something. And so what we're going to be doing is going very deep into the pain of it all, the pain of what's going on with the children, with vaccines, with medical freedom, with all the laws, with what's already happened. And we're going to do it for a very specific reason. Because if we can come to peace in our own hearts, in our own being, something magical can start to happen. You know, Jesus, the story goes that at the very end, he was being crucified, and he said, he was like, why have you forsaken me, you know, to his dad, to God, to like the creator of all that is good. He said, why have you forsaken me? But then at the end, he says, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And then he rose from the dead, according to the story, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, or Buddha going to great depths to feel all that pain and then transcending it. And so in Lao Tzu, you know, the obstacle is the way. So we're going to use all this turmoil, all this pain, and we're going to go very specifically into a way to look deep inside of us and to come to peace with whatever that is. Now, it's not for the faint of heart, but if you can do this, if this is something that, yeah, you think I can do this, I'll do this. Now, big changes can happen, big changes. And it's not like we're going to be condoning bad behavior, things that hurt children. But if we can be at peace with it, then there's a rising from the ashes. There's something that is unassailable, cannot be hurt. And that peace, that truth, at that point, then our actions become more clear, like, oh, this is what I do. This is how I do it. But not from a place of fighting or angry or railing against the bad guys. No, quite different, right? Quite different. Full access to that grace. So some of you might already be feeling it because it's already happening. If you want to experience this, then Thursday at 11:30, this is what we're up to. This is what we're up to. If you know anybody that's going through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and they're literally at the top of the mountain just pleading to God, just fix this thing or take me out of here. You know, I was at a place like that years ago. If you know someone that's suffering and they want a way to truly come to peace and transform and rise from whatever this is, that's what we're up to. So please share this. It's going to be on my Facebook. It's going to be on my YouTube, 11:30 a.m. Thursday, Pacific Time, US. It's time. It's time.